Okay, I'm on location. This is going to be countering the driving postural syndrome. How's that for a boring title? But it actually will save you a lot of pain if you will do some of the stuff we're going to do today. So I'm on location. So that means I had to go gather up what I found all around. Wherever you're at, you can go gather up things and have a good loaded workout. Here we go. I come around and I'm right here. So what did I do? So I'm hoping that you can see my head. I think you can. Give me a thumbs up, Juliana. Can you see my head back here? Yes or no? No? Okay.
No, Jeannie. No,
Okay,
can't see it.
let me adjust it. I'll move this back and I'll move this up. Okay. Now I think you're going to be able to see my head. Okay, let's see. Give me a thumbs up when I get here, Juliana. You're the only one I can see. Everybody else doesn't want me to see them because they're okay. Thumbs up. Can you see me? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, here's what I did. I went around looking at what I could find. So to start with, we're going to be loading. You have your weights just like normal. I understand. And you have your carries, right? So I found a pail. This one is from Guatemala. So this had Guatemalan coffee beans in it because that's my son-in-law's business. I found a sledge type hammer and I found a big old iron skillet and I put them in here and that gave me a nice medium carry. Okay, and do you remember? I think it was yesterday. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was yesterday. I took my pole. I didn't find it. I was going to find a pole. Oh, I got one over here in just a second. So, starting out, all you got to do is find whatever you have that will constitute a carry for you. So what do I have? I have a bucket, a pail, and you see this? I'm not going to keep it on one side. I'm going to take a step forward with an exaggerated knee and an exaggerated toe up, and I'm going to go back and forth with, this is about, I would say 6 maybe pounds. Okay, I think it's something like that. Maybe it's 7 or 8. But it's a gentle carry, I call it. So see, I'm going to go step, lift, exaggerated knee, exaggerated toe, up as I go from side to side. And if you remember, we did this Wednesday, and I did it with a pole. So this motion, and you got to remember, so if you have your weights, if you have your little carry, whatever it is, your grocery bag, you can have it full of whatever you found. I showed you what I put in here. And it really is going to be about 6 to 8 pounds. Because I don't want a lot to start with. Okay? So as I swing it, I don't mean swing, place it from side to side. I'm getting that exaggerated knee lift, the exaggerated knee and toe lift, and then I walk back. As I walk back, I really pull my shoulder blades together and down. That is one of the biggest things that you can do even while driving, okay? And it will keep you from getting extremely sore and a lot of neck pain, okay? So see, I'm in a limited area here, okay? Like most of you are in your rooms. You don't need a great old big ball field. You need to be thinking about some purposeful moves that's going to help counteract a lot of our poor postural habits that we get into. And I see it all the time with our students sitting at desks, at the workplace. I have done many workplace talks, and I've got, one coming up that I've got to do in Oklahoma at a daycare on fitness and nutrition for kids. What do you think I'm going to hammer on first? Give the kids breaks and help them by being a good example of postural lining up, postural awareness. And then of course, I'll have to throw in some real colorful things to make it fun for the kids, because that's what you got to do with the kids. That's what I got to do with anybody. But you see what I'm doing here? I'm taking very, very measured, stepping up, and I've done this several times now, because why? Because I'm counteracting a lot of the postural bad habits in driving. I drove down here 3 hours, but now I'm going to go like this. You see that? That's a very different move. So I'm going to come like this. Now be careful, because if you have wonky hips, okay? Wonky hips, that's Kay's word. When you come up and you go around, you better not just swing it, because that will get you into trouble. Now see how I've shifted over here? What am I going to do? I'm doing a complete rotation of my hip as I go side to side. Now how I'm going to come up here, and I'm still doing what with this? What am I doing? I'm still going side to side. See how I lowered my center of gravity there? So I'm going to go across, shoulders are down, shoulders are gently squeezing. Here I come. See this? And around and down. Here we go. Take a breath into the nose. See? Do a little tap if you need to get your balance. Then you're going to come all the way open and down. Okay? Across. Here we go. And you got to bring your toe up when you do this little maneuver. See, and if you come here and you've locked your leg, you got to bend your knee, push your butt back, rib cage up. You're hanging on to this weight here, your carry weight, and then you're going to come around. And if you're very careful with that, wow, does it help get your hips moving. Now I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to hold my little carry. This is probably 6 to 8 pounds that I put in this bucket. So whatever your bag is, your grocery bag, just put it right here. Step really wide. Now this one is, if you can remember nothing else about this workout, I want you to remember this one, because you got to step wide, you got to keep your knees out. You're sitting back, and then you're going to take from your shoulder, and you're going to swing forward and back. Now, you should be feeling pressure in your feet on all 4 corners, okay? So I'm going to go like this and back. But here's the deal. I have a weight here, okay? It's not a heavy weight. However, your shoulders can do a lot of work if you keep them in the right position. If I swing this out and I'm all rounded up and my shoulder is kind of like not supported in the socket, that could be a problem. However, go ahead and bend just a little bit and then come back up. Okay, so you're wide, And those of you with hips replaced, I understand. Or if you're looking at possibly that you're going to have something done, careful with this move. This is a very important move. You're wide. You're going to push your butt back. You're going to go down as far as you can with your little carry bucket. And then you're going to come up. And you're going to take rib cage up. Now you're going to come down to where you're going to do the loading. So now I'm down and I'm swinging from my shoulders. I'm going to keep my chin tucked, but I'm going to keep my shoulders down. And I have a little weight. We're going to be doing this with a bigger weight here in just a minute. Now, if you have a bag, if you have a bucket of any sort that you've used with me in our carries, this is the time to use it. So at first, I just do a hesitating swing. But now I'm doing momentum swing. Okay? Now here's the thing. Once you have your shoulders down, and gently squeezing back, now it's about the hips. Okay? Now it's about the hips. You're going to come up. 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 See? Just up and breath and breath. 3 more. Here we go. Now hang on. Keep your shoulders down. Okay. And then I'm going to put this down. Okay. Then I'm going to come up. I'm going to straighten those legs. Okay. I'm going to straighten my legs. But I'm going to keep my knees just gently soft. I'm going to put my hands back here. I'm going to push my hips forward while my shoulders go down. So hips forward, knees are soft. They're not bent, but they're soft. Drop the shoulders down. Okay? Now before you let loose, one more big move. Shoulders down. You really push the hips forward, keeping your chin tucked, breathing through the nose. Now, listen carefully. The elbows act like you want to try to touch them together behind your back. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your knees soft. Take a big breath. This one's for you, Kay. Drop the shoulders again. Now bring those elbows together while your shoulders are very down. Really pressing down. A little more. Pull those elbows together. Yeah, pull them together. Keep your chin tucked. Push your hips forward. Push them forward. Push them forward. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. And then release through here. Push the butt back. Turn to the side. Go straight with one leg, bent with the other. Okay? Then you're going to rotate. Okay? Then you're going to rotate. And then you're going to rotate. Now stay with me. This is the counteracting move. Here we go. It's right here. Elbow bent. Open. And bring that hand way back. Hold it back there. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe in through the nose. Pull, pull, pull. Come back into the knee position with your elbow. Breathe in through the nose. Shift your weight. One leg is straight. We're going to bring one arm up. We're going to keep the elbow bent first. Then we're going to straighten the arm. We're going to go over the back. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Pull, pull, and bring it back down. Okay? Now we're going to get that light load in a carry. And we're going to bring it up. And we're going to bring it up here. See that? So I'm still very wide with my feet. But when you bring this up here, pretend that I'm behind you and my hands are on your shoulders. Yeah, Drop those shoulders, hold it up, then bring it back down, okay? So in order to do this with a bucket that has a light load on it, what am I doing? I have to bring, I'm lifting through the shoulder. Now I have to rotate gently in through that shoulder. Bring it right up under my chin. I'm gonna hang out here for just a second or two, then I'm gonna bring it back down. So if you have a tricky shoulder, go carefully, but you gotta start loading, okay? So here I am, and here I am, okay? Neutral spine, breathing in through the nose. So right here, the things you don't know, unless I tell you, put your shoulders down. Squeeze your butt. Yeah, squeeze in the up position. And then do a little bit of a hyperextension. My knees are soft. Then I'm going to come out of that hyperextension, bend the knees, push the butt back, and put that carry down. Then I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to bring this up one more time. I'm going to really elevate those elbows. Yes, just like that. Then I'm going to bring them right down. Okay, now release your bag. Then I want you to come up, just like that, and pull your shoulders down first, then back, then bring them back around. Okay, so hands are right here, tight tummy, breathing in through the nose, bring the elbows up. Now rotate the shoulder, the whole shoulder rotates all the way to the back. Shoulders down, pull those elbows together. Yes. Drop your chin, take a big breath, drop your shoulders, pull, and come back down and around. And now just do little ones. And I want you to feel your shoulders. Okay? So see, I'm doing a whole body move actually, because what am I doing? I'm bending my knees, I'm bending at the hip hinge, bringing it up and around, keep your shin tucked. I'm pushing my butt back every time I rotate. See, I'm coming down, my butt's back. I'll turn to the side so you see what I'm doing. Right here, I'm gonna come up, rotate back, up, rotate down, up, rotate back, up, rotate down. So I did this actually several times, not with both hands, when I'm driving. I'm driving and I just did this. See that? But when you do it, don't kid yourself. If you're all hunched like this and you do this, it's not going to do much good. You got to do the mantra. What's the mantra? Chin tucked. My ears are over my shoulders, right? My shoulders are down. I can drive very well like that. And I can, if I have it on cruise control, you know, I can just move around just a little bit through my legs and stuff. But once you're in this kind of a mode, do one hand at a time. Grab the steering wheel, bring the elbow up, rotate it down and back, and do it several times, you know, when you're on a patch of road where you can drive with one hand. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put this over here, and I want to point out to you that I'm still going to be doing carries in certain ways and loading, but what I could find here was 2 kettlebells. So one is, I think they're both 25. Yeah, they're both 25 pounds. So I'm used to using, you know, 18 or 20 in one hand, but this is 25. So I'm going to start out with one first. But before I do that, I'm going to do a little range work with my hips. So I should have told you this. I hope you have your bands nearby. You got a band? Okay, so grab your band. This is the one I found. I forgot to throw the one in. I think it's in my suitcase somewhere, but I'll have to go look for it. Anyway, just a band. You can make a loop or use the one that you got from me, whichever you'd like. I measured this right here. This is what Jessica uses for her coffee table. It's an old wood shipping container. It's really cool looking. It's 18 inches, exactly. The couch is like 16 and a half, 17 inches height. But this is 18 inches. That's like a kitchen chair, okay? This hearth right here, we'll use, this is a hearth, this is 11 to 12 inches height, okay? There's a big difference. So use them both if you can. Let me put a disclaimer, a caution. If you're going to be using this, if you have a pole and you know that you have balance issues, absolutely use the pole instead of a band. However, when you do one-legged lifting and you lift it up this high, this can get you off balance quite easily. So you need to either do it next to a wall, a door, a counter, something you can hang on to, okay? So it's like this. See that? Yeah, try it out a couple of times. This could be your chair. Your kitchen chair is generally 18 inches, okay? And I'll show you why they do that in just a second. That's just a normal kitchen height. If you're taller, you need a taller one. If you're shorter, you need a shorter one. That's just the way it is. But once you put your foot up here, you got to get in your head, what am I going to do if I lose my balance? Okay? Because I can tell you that if you turn a little bit, it's going to get you off. Okay? Use a pole, use a wall, something that will keep you safe while you're doing this kind of work. Okay? That said, here we go. So I'm up here, and I actually take my band, or I can have my bar, and hold my bar and just do one hand back and forth, okay? So you can still be safe and do that. So hold on to a wall and do one hand and just open back and forth across midline, hopefully. Because if I have a band and I'm good to go, then I'm gonna go back and forth, just like that. I'm gonna think, okay, how am I using my feet? Where do I feel my pressure? Am I getting off balance? Do I need to use a pole? Okay, all of that. This is a huge counteractive move for the whole driving a long ways or sitting in a meeting, or you get it. See that? So here's the deal. Soften up that knee. That's number one. Do not lock that knee, because that's your stability, okay? So once I've softened that up, drop my shoulders, taking my band, elbows are bent, I'm turning. I'm turning. So when you stop and take a potty break, or you get gas, simply put your foot on your fender and go back and forth like this a couple times. But when you do it, make sure, what am I going to say? Make sure the knee is what? Softened. My shoulders are down. I'm going to go as far as I can one way, then the other way, with my knee on a fender. Okie dokie. Then I put it back down. Take a big breath. Get ready. You're going to go to the other one. So get whatever safety measures you need in order to do this great big move here. Okay? So if you can get your leg at this position right here so that your hip angle is at a 90 degrees, multiple times in a day, wow, is that going to help you keep your mobility? It's going to help you keep your independence. So here I am, my shoulders go down. Yes. My knee is soft. Yes. Turn. Don't go fast. Turn all the way. Keep that knee up. Keep my supporting knee soft. Take big breaths through the nose. Big breaths through the nose. Big breath. Yeah, through the nose. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Then you soften up. You take that back. You put your hands on the car, like on the car, the back window or the door or something. I'm gonna put my hands down further. It could be the fender. I'm gonna put them right there, and I'm just gonna straighten my legs and bend my legs. I'm gonna straighten my legs, then I'm gonna bend my legs. Okay? And whenever I come up and down, I straighten and I bend my elbows. So up, then roll them in and come down. Just several times. Just come right down there. Okay? Keep your chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked. So if you can do this kind of a thing, when you take a pit stop, it will help you so much to manage so that you're not so stiff and sore when you get to your destination. Okay, again, hands on your car or whatever, and just take your leg back. Just take it back. Just take it back. Take it back. See how I'm lifting the heel? My knee is soft. Just pull the heel like you're coming to your butt. Now this is gonna really be important in just a minute because I might have my hands on the car or on my chair and I'm just pulling that heel to my butt, okay? Several times, then I shift, hands are on my car or my chair, all right? I'm gonna go back with my leg first, then I'm gonna pull that heel to the butt. So drop your shoulders, heel to the butt, heel to the butt, big breath, heel to the butt, heel to the butt. Just a couple of times. Number one, it opens this, okay? Number two, it gets these to contract. That simple act of doing that. It does all that for just a few seconds before you get back in your car. Okay, now remember I said this is going to come into play. Now we're going to pick up our carry. You might pick up just your hand weights. I don't have the hand weights here. So what I do have is a kettlebell. So this is a 25-pound kettlebell, okay? So you might not have this, but I just showed you the move that you might do at a station when you're getting your gas or whatever. Now we'll move on and we'll use that same move and now we'll do some training. So see what I just did? I picked up 25 pounds. So what I want you to do is get as much weight on your weights that you bought from me. Some of you bought them from me, some of you have different weights. Pick up a pretty good size weight, okay? You go wide, and you remember the swinging that we did? Yeah, you want that stance because we're gonna go down, and we're gonna put it there, we're gonna push our butt back, and then we're going to really push into our heels and come up, squeeze. What's the difference? I have a much bigger weight now, okay? So I went from about 8 pounds to 25 pounds, okay? So that's a lot. So I'm not saying that you have to do that much, but I am saying you need to make a heavier weight. As you're going down, think about what your hips are doing, what your feet are doing, and what your shoulders are doing. So I'm coming down, and I'm just tapping, and I'm coming up, okay? Coming down, tapping, and I'm coming up. I'm gonna do this about 4 or 5 times, maybe 6. And then we'll revisit it. But here's the deal. If you're a gardener, as I know I have some master gardeners in my class, Chrissy, okay, you got to be able to lift some buckets, lift some tools. This is a great training for that. Okay, so now this is all forward bending, but now we're going to go from here to that very important antagonistic muscle grouping. So now I'm going to face my chair. I've got my 25 pounds here, and I'm going to just step back. See that? Now I'm managing this weight, and I'm going to do the same move. I'm going to act like I'm bringing my heel to my hip, okay? So I've got quite a bit of weight, and what happens when you're managing weight? You want to do what with your shoulders? Yeah, everybody wants to round their shoulders. So I'm saying you can manage this weight and get a double benefit from this move if you will keep your shoulders down and back, because that's pulling against that 25 pounds. So as I'm down here, and you know very well how to do this move because we just did it, right? If you keep getting off balance, I would put you against a wall and your shoulder would be against the wall. It would keep your balance. Or don't bring your foot up quite so far. Shoulders down and back and pull. See how I'm doing just a tiny bit? Keep your knee soft. That's your supporting knee. See this? Keep your shoulders down and back against this weight. Pull, breath, breath. So just come up a little, just a little, just a little, and get to where you can manage a heavier and a heavier weight. Now, let's do an intercept. That means we're doing something before we go to the other side. I didn't forget. Sometimes I do. Okay, drop your shoulders. Yeah, squeeze your shoulder blades. Yes. Push your butt back. Push your butt back. Push your butt back. We're going straight on down, and then we're going to come right back up and push hips forward. Bend the knees. See, I'm pushing the hips forward. I'm bending those knees. Drop my shoulders. Go back down, do it again. Here we go. Tap, push into the heels. Push the hips forward. Drop your shoulders. Woo! Come back down. Breath. I'm going to do it 2 more times. You should have a pretty good weight that you're pulling up. You're just holding the grip a little different, that's all. You could do this with a heavy carry. Okay, push your hips forward and keep your shoulders dropped. Here we go, heels. Yeah. Bent knees, drop your shoulders. Just 2 more, just 2 more, stay with me. We can do this. I hope you've got a pretty heavy weight that you're just bringing it down and then you're pulling it back. And you're bringing it down and you're pulling it back. Okay? Now we're going to go to the other side. I promised you. Okay, shift your weight. Bend the knee. Drop your shoulder. Step back. See, I'm managing this 25 pounds with all the back part of my back, my arms, my hamstring. Yeah, right here. Just right here. Just let it bend. I'm sorry. Let it just hang down there. Big breath through the nose. And what are you supposed to be doing? You are hanging out here with a heavy weight that your shoulders, all your upper back muscles are working against this lift. See how I'm bringing the heel up? I don't bring it up too far. See, if you get off, you got to be ready. Everybody will get off on this move. It's just going to happen. That's good. I want you to catch yourself. I want you to be able to pull out of an unbalanced situation, okay? All right, put this down. Woo! Okay, open your hands. So if you held a pretty significant weight just now, your hands are going to be tired. Give them a break. Don't just stop. Just open, stay wide, and do a slap. When you slap, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, soften your knees. Open. See that? Boom. Drop them. Drop the shoulders. Here we go. Open. Ah. Open. Yes. Open. Keep those shoulders down. Woo. Breath. Open. Breath. Then you open your hands and push against them. See that? Lift those elbows. And now you're going to do that real important rotation of the shoulders. This is another one of those countermeasures that I'm weaving through this workout to help you counter the effects of driving for a long way or sitting somewhere for a long way. So my hands are together. I'm letting my hands recover from gripping. So what am I going to do? Before I do anything with this, I got to get this set. So what do? We bend our knees. We don't really push our butt back. We just bend our knees a little bit. We keep our rib cage up. We drop our shoulders. Then we come in. Now we're ready. Tummy is tight. Okay, the elbows are going to come up. I'm going to slip my thumbs right behind my head. I'm going to keep pushing on those hands. Then I'm going to squeeze. Then I'm going to open. See that move? This is a real important move to get rotational ranges happening in your shoulders. See, I'm going to keep those hands back there. Open as far as you can. Bring the hands back behind the back of the neck or the head. And then come back in. Squeeze together. So we're rotating, open, hinging. Then we're rotating back. Then we come down. Then we come back up. And you're pushing here. That's why you're doing this. You're pushing. Okay? And then you're coming back. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked. Elbows are up. Elbows are up. Don't bring that head forward. Keep the chin down. Then rotate back around. So, you guys, you little slugs out there, if you have a wonky shoulder joint, just like wonky hips, okay, this can be a real big help. You know why? Usually it's one shoulder or the other that's giving you problems. When you do this, you take the stronger arm and it helps the other arm, it assists it in coming down and around because it's this rotation. And see, we don't have any weight. So if you have a wonky shoulder, you don't be pushing weights up over your head. But you gotta get where you can do a full rotation. See my little finger? See my little finger? Knees are bent, tight tummy, drop my shoulders, pull the little fingers first, okay, up. Then you come and you're gonna rotate and you're gonna come down with your thumbs down. Thumbs down. Whoa! I know it. So much more effective in opening all of your chest, your arm, your shoulder. Thumbs are back. Now bring them back up. And now rotate. Put the backs of your hands together and the little fingers are up. Okay? Do that one more time. Here we go. Now rotate the hands and your thumbs are going to be back. And then pull. And then down. Okay? And so now comes to the strength work. Now you know about this, correct? You can use a lighter weight, like this frying pan has got to be about 4 pounds, okay? So whatever you have, pick up a 2, a 4, a 6, whatever weight like that you have. I have a frying pan. It's got to be about 4 or 5 pounds. About 4 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds. Do you see this? Do you see what I'm doing? Yeah. I'm doing in a lower plane. Instead of being up over my head, I'm doing a very important rotation. You won't see this in a lot of different stuff that people give you to really get, working out, because they don't. They forget that a lot of people have issues with shoulders. So you do it low. Do you see what I'm doing? With about a 4-pound frying pan? Yeah, I'm rotating where my palm is out, then I'm rotating where my palm is facing out. The other way, all the way, you rotate out this way, the thumb is out, then you rotate, and the thumb is pushing back. See that? Okay, change. So I'm going over this with a light weight. This is about a 4-pound frying pan. Okay? This is not one of those flimsy little green things that are coated with Teflon. This is an iron skillet. Okay, drop your shoulders. My knees are soft. My chin is tucked. See my thumb? My palm is to my thigh. Now I'm going to rotate all the way, and I can tell you this one, I have a really hard time rotating all the way out with this one, because this is the one that gives me trouble. So this is an excellent move to catch some of those little things that you're like, I didn't know. See, on the other one, my thumb is all the way back. This one, it's not quite. Yeah, so you do that maybe, I don't know, 3 times, maybe 2 sets of 3, 6 to 10 times. See this? So what's your stance right now? Your tummy should be tight, your shoulders down. See, my thumb is pointing forward, my palm is to my thigh, then I'm going to rotate. I'm going to try to keep level. I'm going to try to get that thumb back. Yeah, so we do that several times, and then we're going to pick up our heavier weight. So I could do this with a carry. My bucket, that's about 8 pounds, but I'm going to do it with the kettlebell because it has a really good handhold on it. Now, what do? All you do is pick a heavier weight, and you're going to grip it just like this, and you're going to rotate it, just like I'm going to rotate it with the kettlebell, okay? So that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to go down and retrieve it. I'm right here. Okay, I'm going to start on the other side because that's where I started before. Give this a little rest. So first you think of your stance, okay? So here's our loading. Number 1, pull that shoulder up and then drop it down. See that? So this is significantly heavy, right? You don't have to go this heavy, but go heavier than what we just had. That's the point. So get your weights, you're gripping them, just like I'm gripping this. My knees are soft, and I'm not giving into this. See this? This is huge. This move right here. All the muscles on the opposite side are working hard to keep me in this position. Then I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to rotate as far as I can. I'm not lifting anything. I am rotating under load. That's what I'm doing. And right now, if you picked up a significant weight, man, your extensors, your back muscles on this side should be really firing. Okay, I'm rotating. Take a breath. Try to keep your shoulders from going too far. It's going to go a little, but don't let it go too much. And then come back, then put it down. Okay? You're going to be very tight over here. So what do? Remember the band? Remember this? We're going to go elbows down, and we're going to go turn. We're not loading, we're recovering. My knees are soft. My feet are stationary. I'm not pivoting right now because I want to get a recovery stretch going all the way up my back, okay? So I'm keeping my elbows in, and I just rotate, and I look, and I look. Now, if that gets you dizzy, maybe don't swing your head, just look forward, okay? If you can do it a couple of times and actually look, I just don't want you to get dizzy is the point, okay? Here we go, press, 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 and press. So now it's feeling pretty good, it's feeling recovered. Now I'm gonna go to the other side, right? So I'm gonna go down, just like I was gonna lift both weights. I'm lifting one, I'm gonna grab it. I'm not lifting with my arms anything, right? So I'm managing all this weight with my core, with my back, with all my shoulders, with all my hips, with all my legs. So soft knees, shoulder, shoulder, okay? Lift it up, down, lift it up, down, lift it up. It should be a pretty significant weight. Okay, now I'm gonna just rotate. I'm gonna go from here to here. I'm not lifting anything. I'm rotating around this joint and I've loaded it. Your shoulders are fully capable. In fact, they must be able to rotate under load, okay? The trick is working with shoulders that might have been injured, not doing too much. If it's too heavy, then do this with no weight. Do it with 1 pound until you get to where you can stay level and rotate under load. Take a breath. So this is one of those, everything I did, it was leading up to this kind of a move with very heavy weight, okay? And this is a huge counteractive to the driving posture that we have to do when we're gonna drive somewhere, okay? Now, once you've done big loads, okay, in one hand versus the other hand, and you wanna do that sometimes, you don't want everything to be level every single time you're working to train because of that very important cross transference in this kind of a thing. Okay, it's a very important thing. Now I have 2 kettlebells. Normally I'm used to using 18 pounds and 18 pounds when I do really heavy lifting. For me, heavy lifting, you know, some of these lifters will go, what do you mean? 18 and 18. Yeah, that's heavy for me. Okay, so now I have my kettlebells here. So this is about, you know, 10 or 12 pounds, 14 pounds heavier than what I'm normally used to. I'm very warmed up and I need to do a few of these heavier lifts. So whatever you have, your 2 weights, put it at a heavier weight and just hang in there with me for these few last minutes. So we did all our warming up, we did all the moves to prepare us for this, okay? So I'm gonna go hip hinge, keep my chin tucked. I'm about shoulder width apart, right here. As I go down, I'm gonna grab them, and all I'm gonna do is push through my feet and come right here and squeeze my butt. And I'm gonna go back down, tap, pull. This should be heavy. Back down, push into the heels. Woo, squeeze your butt, drop your shoulders. Breath through the nose, right there. Breath through the nose. You're pushing straight down into your feet. Make sure you open up those toes. Do not bring your knees in. Do not bring them out. Take a big breath through the nose. I got 3 more. pushing right into those feet, a little more into the heels. Squeeze, big breath, squeeze. Yes. One more, right there. Okay, that's how you do a heavier carry maneuver. I didn't walk with them. I would do that with a lighter weight. But let me tell you, if you did that very set again, we're running out of time. If you did that set again, don't do as many. I'm going to do 2. See, I'm going to step right in here. I'm going to do 2. Very heavy. I'm going to go down, push, right there. Drop your shoulders, squeeze your butt. Come back down. Here we go. Push into the heels. Boom, squeeze your butt. Right there. And then put them down. Okay? Step wide. Do a turn. Do a turn. Do a turn. Say rib cage up. Breathe in through the nose. Rib cage up. Yeah. Yeah. Then what I do is grab my chair and I just push back. Push back. Really push back. Keep my chin tucked. Pull against the chair. Push, push, push your butt back that way. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Big breath. Push, pull, drop your butt, drop your butt, drop your butt. Push, pull. Really pull. Then release. And come up. Going to a W. Going to a T. Rotate. 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 Then take your hands up to a Y. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Do that Y with your shoulders down. Yeah, then come back to the T. Rotate those shoulders. If that gives you a problem, go a little lower. And rotate them. Rotate them. Then bring it right in here to a W. Step back. Press into your heel. Bring your knee in and down. See, in and down. That's that very important soleus stretch. Couple times. Do the other foot. Slip it back. And then bend the knee. Keep your heel down. Keep your W right here. Right here. Yeah, breath. Big breath into the nose. Keep doing that little calf pump. See what I'm doing? Bending that knee. Going into where you feel a gentle stretch. Keep your heel down. Okay, that right there, as you take a potty break, a pit stop, whatever, before you get back in the car, when you do, your little stretch against, just do this. If you do nothing else, do that, okay? And that's going to get into that bottom part of the foot and the ankle. Anyway, I hope you made the connection between what I did today and driving long ways. So, good job, you guys.